Gets me through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Jodes, what I've noticed through parenthood and watching what my lovely wife Cara does and how she brings up the kids is, parenting from the female perspective can be very, very taxing. And I'm not just going to say mentally, but oh my gosh, physically as well.
Oh my God.
In particular, breastfeeding.
Yeah, it's like if you've got a parasite living inside you and then it comes outside your body and it attaches itself to you for another 6 months.
Yeah. Wow. Isn't it a beautiful thing?
Isn't it a joy? Isn't breastfeeding a beautiful thing?
What about this little exchange from a couple based in New York? Surprise, surprise. A husband has texted his wife that he wants to end their marriage because of an outrageous reason. In an exchanging message, he accuses her of incest over a disrespectful act shortly after she had given birth. The disrespectful act is breastfeeding their son. He said, "You know how I feel about it." The couple, whose name is April and Jonathan, on Twitter, he explained, "You've been breastfeeding. You know how I effing feel about this." April was taken back and asked when her husband is coming to get her. He then responds, "I don't know if I am." The new mum then offered, "If you don't like seeing it, maybe I can just do it in a different room." He said, "You go behind my back and do something I've stressed about not doing. It's a proven scientific fact that breast milk is no better than modern formula, and I'll never be able to look at you the same way again. I think you're a bad wife. I think you don't respect me. I think you took a joy away from me. I think a lot of things. I enjoy your boobs. Now they've been in another man's mouth. I no longer enjoy your boobs."
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. Do you know what my response to that would be? I don't want your mouth on my boobs anymore. You're disgusting. Yeah. You're a revolting human being. And you're also a bit screwed up in the head.
100%. Imagine being jealous and fighting effectively with a few-day-old baby.
Yeah. Over what is the most natural act in the world. What a peanut. I've heard some weird stuff in my time in radio, but that is up there in the top 3.
That's got to be, I was going to say 1 in a million. That's got to be almost 1 in a billion. A bloke thinks like that, surely.
What a moron.
I don't want to go too far aggressively the other way, but, I used to hear, and quite seriously, I used to hear stories about how women would say that if they saw a man being a father, just how much it would turn them on, like quite seriously.
Yeah.
I understand that now from a different perspective.
Yeah.
When I watch my wife do what she does with the kids, and even things like breastfeeding and all these things, which she's so unbelievably good at. She's got the patience of someone who's get tested to their core. I'm extremely turned on. Like, seriously, watching her be a mother, and because she's so good at it, I tell you what, makes my ovaries pop.
Wow. That's so very sweet.
Is that inappropriate?
Well, if you were to sit here and say watching her breastfeed turns you on, I would say that would be a little bit strange. But no, I get what you're saying. It makes you love her more and mildly aroused because she's such a good mother.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's beautiful.
No, I'm saying is it inappropriate that we're having this conversation at Blakeview Primary School?
Yes, it is.
It's awkward. The kids aren't here yet. It's still dark.
Oh,
it's still dark.
It's early. They're not here.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Information can be overwhelming for people. That's why we like to break things down. Let's go to Abby in the newsroom. What's topping the headlines this morning, Abs?
Good morning. Well, it's a very busy Friday here in the newsroom. A few things that have piqued my interest. We have the largest commercial rocket to ever launch from Australian soil, and it's happening right here in Outback SA. So it's just northwest of Ceduna. The German-built rocket will test new propulsion technology, which is basically candle wax and liquid oxygen. So it'll travel to an altitude of 50 kilometres and then parachute back to Earth.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the rocket, no doubt, powered by the anger of Port Adelaide.
Wasn't it a game? I couldn't help myself. I sat up and watched it till the end. But yeah, good on the Crows getting back on the winners list. How good. The next thing to talk about as well, very quickly, is Tasting Australia. So that kicks off today. There's 150 experiences on offer from now until May 12. Literally, you can pick any venue, I think, in South Australia and in our wine region, and you can go and have a amazing amazing culinary experience. So that's really good as well. And just lastly, really quickly, we can eat as many schnitzels as we want this month because the Sammy D Foundation's Snitty for Sam is back on. So basically, you can go to any of the participating venues or you can go to Drake's and grab a packet of schnitzels, and the money goes to the Sammy D Foundation. They do really important work. They go and head into schools and speak to young people about violence and the consequences of violence. And obviously at the moment it's such a topical thing and we really need to get behind them and support them. So they're the three from me today.
Absolutely.
Very good cause. I don't think the calories count.
No, they don't.
No.
Might even be good for you.
Yeah, definitely not. Not when it's for such a good cause. This is a horrible story coming out of Mexico. So a desperate search is underway for these two Perth brothers apps. So Callum and Jake Robinson, both aged in their 30s, have gone missing in Baja, California region, whilst on a surfing trip. So basically they finished their surfing and camping trip, jumped in their ute, went to go down south and check into an Airbnb, but they never checked in. So they've been missing for 4 days now. There are reports that a woman has been arrested in connection with their disappearance, and they've discovered some methamphetamine in her possession and also, scarily enough, one of the boys' mobile phones. So she turned it on and it got picked up by the cell towers, and police promptly acted and have arrested this woman. So this, I reckon, as a mother back in Australia, this would be your absolute worst nightmare unfolding. 100%. So they're jumping on a plane, the parents, to head over there to see what they can do. But knowing Mexico and its reputation doesn't bode well.
Yeah, not a very good situation at all.
One of the brothers has type 1 diabetes too, so it's really grave fears for him, and obviously not being in contact with them either, which is very, very concerning.
There you go. You've got to be so careful when you travel. Let's talk about the showdown, shall we? Yeah. Showdown 55. Crows won by 30 points. Jake Saliga, 28 touches, won the showdown medal. Oh, my gosh. There's a few headlines coming out of that one today. Probably mainly Connor Rosie and his hamstring, which didn't get through. He was put on ice. They're still saying it was hamstring tightness. But then Ken Hinkley, post-game, said that it was a mistake for the skipper to play. Mitch Georgiades, he's got a knee injury. Hopefully it's not too serious. Lockie Jones is on ice. They're an absolute mess, the Power.
Oh, no. Are you going to the press conference today? This morning, won't they?
There's no formal press conference.
Oh, there isn't?
It's the day after a game. Matt Crouch is speaking, but it's once again, the Crows just turn it on when it matters at a showdown.
Don't they?
Hazy, are you going to give flowers to Connor Rosie? Are you going to take him something?
Send some flowers?
It's all right, boo. I'm here for you.
It's okay. I think he needs I think he needs something more than that. He needs another scan, probably.
Yeah.
So maybe I can bring the scan machine to his house.
Well,
so nice of you.
Where he lives, Abs.
I have to say, you are the chief sport reporter there at Channel 7. Where do they go now? I mean, the injury list is diabolical.
Do you know, they're fine because they've just got a game against Geelong in Geelong next Friday night. So I'm sure they'll bounce back.
Oh, my
fine.
Goodness.
Well, Jeremy Finlayson probably comes back in straight away next week.
Well, you would think so.
But yeah, Connor Rosie obviously will miss next week and perhaps beyond. But they've got some pretty solid depth in the sample, but it's a really testing time for the Power, for the Crows.
Well,
this is the launch.
Yeah.
They're on.
Yeah.
Like, this could genuinely launch their season. All of a sudden, they're going to start flirting in with the finals.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. It was a scrappy game. It was dewy enough for it to be a little bit sloppy, but still 52,000 people. See, by the way, what was the third or fourth highest showdown crowd ever? That is a sensational result. So well done. It was a Crows game. Well done to all the Crows supporters that absolutely flooded the gates.
But also, you think after Showdown 55, the gloss might be wearing off Showdowns? And
No. It's as heated as ever.
Yeah, isn't it?
How good.
Yeah.
Love this time of the week, Joe.
Yep.
It is Jodie's Diary. So this is just a genuine chance for you to pot everyone around you, but we call it therapy. Is that what's going on?
Well, yes. It's gaslighting mixed up as counselling.
Oh, how good's gaslighting?
Oh, I know.
All right. Please enjoy Jodie's Diary this week.
Jodie's Diary.
Dear Diary, it was a happy Monday, everyone. But what time is it, Hazy?
Huge announcement coming up at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. I don't even know what that means.
No.
7 o'clock.
The new week sure had our Andrew by the kahunas.
I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old. Oh, my gosh.
Footy, showdown, text, words.
Like you said, code word again tomorrow, and then more tickets across Adelaide with Nova 919.
We discovered Abby still can't stand dating men. For those who, for the uninitiated, Tank and Tori are newsreader Abby's sausage dog.
Yeah.
One of them hates men, man hater.
Yeah.
And also Tank. And shots were fired early with the Tassie jokes.
Our daughter sleeps with us at the moment.
Yep.
She'll eventually move out. Our little fella didn't move out till he was about 4, I reckon.
Yeah.
Maybe sort of late 3, 4.
I had one in the bed till 7.
Really? Oh, hashtag Tassie thinks.
It was at this point in the week that Hazy turned Spanish.
Good. You just got to sing it with confidence, though.
What did you just say? And if Spanish singing doesn't give you the tingles in all the right places, our caller Luke told us cleaning out your ears will. Because the old cotton bud in the ear, you know you're not supposed to be doing it to get your wax out, but geez, it feels nice.
Feels real nice.
It pushes all the buttons.
I do it regularly.
It gets that dog leg going when you get that right.
It does, doesn't it? That special twitch.
Midweek saw me dropping an absolute bombshell. I used to collect erasers.
You used to what? What? Collect what? Erasers? Like rubbers? Oh my God.
You get a T-shirt. You used to get notifications of new erasers that would come in, and they had a little shop in Hahndorf, and you went and bought your erasers. And, it was awesome.
The Eraser Club. Can I ask, Mel, the Christmas parties, what were they like? They must have been crazy.
Coincidentally, the theme song for the Hahndorf Eraser Club is in Spanish. There's a Hahndorfer, the betata de eraser. And when we aren't rocking out in Spanish, he's kicking it to the news theme, you guys.
The one thing I did do, though, as a toddler, when the Channel 9 news theme came on, I used to get up and dance. So that's kind of weird.
It's not really the type of banger that gets you going. I've got to be honest with you as well, when the Channel 7 news comes on as well, particularly when that bloke goes, live from Hindmarsh, Will Goodings, I'd tell you what, my hips are shaking. Rosanna Mandrelli.
Suddenly, it was the end of the week and absolutely no one saw this coming from Sapole. This is the headline in the Tiser this morning. A junior Sapole police officer, and I quote, identifies as a cat.
Of course he does. Not much, just going to work. I work for the police. I think the dead giveaway was when he was at the station and he was drinking milk from a saucer. And I was like, what's going on here? Oh, busted, I'm a cat.
And then another one of the officers accidentally dropped like a ball of wool.
Yeah.
And it just got down on all fours and started chasing around the station.
Yeah. Meow, let's not be silly here.
We were pumped up for the showdown. It's all fun and games until Hazy needs a moment to himself.
What about this build-up too, by the way? Imagine seeing this live.
Yeah, shush through it.
John Frusciante just building up beautifully before he absolutely knocks the crap out of this one. You ready? Come on, here we go.
And finally, well done to all our footy fans who scored showdown ticks.
Imagine that though. You see them go, I don't really have plans for a Thursday night. And then all of a sudden you're going to the showdown on us.
Dang, you've got a scarf over your head singing Never Tear Us Apart. Who saw that coming?
Especially at a Crow's home game.
So to all our Spanish friends, our boy Luke,
Gets that dog leg going when you get that right.
and to Hazy and a solid, arousing Chili Peppers guitar intro. Go off this weekend, kings and queens. All my love, Jody.
Let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, Battle of the Bangers.
So we giggle because Charlie, one of the supernovas, has just tried to put a child in upside down into a ping pong bin.
Yes, and
Which
he
I'm
might
not sure
have
if that's-
accidentally banged his head on the side.
I mean, if it's absolutely legal.
Kid seems to have pulled up quite well.
He's quite fine. That mullet, the mullet is fine.
Yeah.
That hasn't moved, has it?
good.
Let's do this Battle of the Bangers. So 2 musical warriors just going at it in the ring. How it works, if you haven't heard it before, is we both bring a song to the table. You jump on the Jodie and Hazy Instagram page, cast your vote for what you want to hear it after 8 o'clock this morning.
All right. So what we know is that this week's theme is Showdown theme. Jodes, can you please introduce your song and take us through the selection process?
Okay, well, it's just songs that remind you of great sporting events.
Okay.
And when you do suggest that, you suggest Europe and the final countdown.
Definitely, though? That's definitely the go-to.
It's definitely what I've selected this week.
I just can't. Do you know what? I'll say this. We don't play enough Europe on Nova 919.
Certainly not.
We do not play enough Europe.
No.
Okay, so there you go. You've got Europe going up against a bit more of a modern sort of collaboration.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is Rudimental, Not Giving In. This, in my opinion, will take you to the next level.
Yep.
Get ready to run through a brick wall after you've heard this song.
Okay, so as it stands, there's only 4 votes between the 2 songs.
We don't know who's winning.
No, it is very, very close this morning. What I will say
Here we
is
go.
if you're a Port fan and you're waking up this morning,
Vote for me.
do you want to hear the song that they play pre-game every single Port Adelaide home game at the Adelaide Oval? Is that what you want to hear this morning, Port Adelaide fans?
Well, let's not completely relate to Port Adelaide, but why not? It
Well,
gets the boys up and about.
Mate, it's
last
their
night,
pre-game song.
it was a Crows game, and they didn't get that song, so maybe that's why.
Oh my God, do
knows?
not try to twist this around. If you're a Crows fan, I would suggest this to you. You don't want to hear anything Port related this morning either.
Yeah, but here, how about this, Crows fans? Jodie is a Port fan.
No, well, listen.
Don't gaslight the Port Crows supporters.
no.
They're better than that. Do you know? I'll say you Crows supporters. You're better than that. Don't let
don't
Jodie
you do
gaslight
that.
you.
Don't-
Don't let Jodie gaslight you. So vote for my song.
Don't you do that. I will say this. I've got a foot in each camp. I enjoy seeing both South
Don't.
Australian teams do well.
You hate the Crows.
I don't hate the
Why
Crows.
do you hate the Crows so much?
Oh.
I respect the Crows.
Oh, my God.
Congratulations to the Crows supporters last night who went out to the football.
Says
Well done.
the full-time Port Adelaide sports reporter. Shut your guts at this point.
Port Adelaide. What the hell's going on? It's very, very close. Cast your vote at Jodie and Hazy. You got Survivor v Rudimental. We're going to announce that the winning song, Survivor.
Survivor?
Oh, it's not Survivor.
No, it's Europe.
Europe,
The
final
final- You don't
countdown.
even know my
I
song.
don't even know your
That's
song.
how invested you are in this competition.
Which is strange,
Don't
'cause
vote for
usually-
a man who doesn't even know what songs are involved in the competition.
Usually you don't even know your own song. Now it's me that doesn't know your song.
That's a good point. I can't argue with that. But please vote for me.
Get voting. We're going to announce a winning song at 8 o'clock. It's Jodie and Hazy. Good morning. The morning after a showdown is very, very interesting because you still feel like the city is very much divided. If you're Port Adelaide, for no reason, even if you didn't consume any alcohol last night, you've probably got a hangover. If you're a Crows supporter, you're sitting there going, well, guess what? 2024 is back alive.
It was a really interesting last quarter, wasn't it? It was going to go one or two ways because it looked like if Port just had 5-10 minutes of being on, they were going to run over the top of them. But as it stands, they couldn't quite get it together and the Crows just kicked away.
I tell you what, there was one stage where if I was at the ground, I would have run onto the ground, tackled Jason Horne-Francis and given him a little kiss on the forehead and then run back to my seat and said, keep on going, Jason, keep on going. You're that on fire. He really did it.
And then you would have been banned by the AFL for life.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the big headline, or one of the headlines that'll come out today, is Connor Rosie and his hamstring.
Yep.
Big question marks on him going into the game with a bit of a dicky hammy. Let's hear from his coach, Ken Hinkley, on the situation.
Yeah, I made a mistake playing Connor Rosie tonight. That was clear. It was obvious. All the testing that we done, all the medical support we could get, and I seen it with my own eyes. He was actually able to run as fast as he needed to, kick as long as he needed to. But once fatigue set in tonight, that was clear. And I can try and hide behind that, but I'm not.
There you go.
I love Kenny's honesty.
Took a punt.
Yeah.
Didn't work. I'd take a punt on Rosie's hamstrings as well. I'd die for Connor Rosie's hamstrings. But here we are.
All right, you've been texting Connor's hamstrings all morning.
No response yet. I'll keep you up to date.
That's right.
What happens there. So I think we can safely assume that Rosie probably won't play for the next couple of weeks. Certainly won't play against Geelong. It was a bad night for Port. Georgiades went down as well with a knee injury. We'll wait and see what happens there. But also Lockie Jones. But the Crows, they're back, babe.
Who saw that coming?
I reckon a lot of people, given what's been happening over the last sort of couple of years, the Crows just...
turn it on in a showdown. That's kind of what they do at the moment.
Is it just a mental thing now for Port going into showdowns?
I'm not sure. The matchups, they matched up really well last night. It was fun. It was a fun, aggressive style of footy that they played. It was fun. For whatever reason, Port were fumbling and the Crows weren't. A good win from the Adelaide Crows. Let's hear from Matthew Nix.
We're up against a very good side. We knew the game had to play out a certain way, and we were able to do that. So, it may have looked scrappy on the telly, and it couldn't have been more perfect from our point of view.
So there you go. Jake Saligo, 28 touches. He was the showdown medalist, and the Crows now, they're on. They're absolutely on. This was the game to launch their season.
Yeah. So they were 9-4, weren't they? 1-4? 9-4. Crows, none and 4.
No, they got a win. Yeah, a couple of wins.
Oh,
Big win against Carlton.
No, they
as well.
were, is what I'm saying.
Oh, to start the season, yeah, they were absolutely rubbish.
And
well, now they're absolutely back.
yeah, everyone wrote them off, and they were like, and now here we are.
Jodes, there was a special thing that happened before the game, a really important thing that happened before the game.
It is super important, and I really respect the AFL for getting around this cause at the moment. Obviously, we've got a domestic violence crisis in this country, so there was a minute silence at the start of the game to mark the AFL's solidarity and all the team solidarity in fighting the scourge that is domestic violence.
I think it's important that I speak about why we came together at the start of the game and are united as two teams, and I guess what we were looking to do there was use our platform to bring an awareness to equality, respect for women, and to basically say, when it comes to domestic violence, enough's enough.
I think that's important because most clubs have probably 50-50 women working out there, maybe. I'm looking at producer M, who used to work at the Crows, but also 50% of the people that watch the AFL are women. So as a woman, to watch the AFL stand up and say, hey, enough's enough, was really lovely last night.
And we've constantly spoken about how much of an influence, in particular, AFL players have. And I think a lot of AFL players don't understand just how much of a big influence they have. So if you've got AFL players sending a strong message, it would make a big difference. It's an ongoing battle, we know that, but speaking about it more is very, very important.
So that minute silence, will that be across all games all round?
Yes. There's things on for every single game across the AFL this weekend.
Yeah, love that. Well done. Absolute scenes at the Adelaide Oval last night. Even more carnage at the Oddie household.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, yesterday. So basically I got a phone call from the 12-year-old who got home from school and rang me and said, oh my God, Mum, Sid has vomited. This is my toy cavoodle, my beautiful, beautiful toy cavoodle has vomited all throughout the house. So from the lounge room to the kitchen to the couch to 3 individual beds. So imagine having to change all the bed sheets. Sid has helped herself to, and one of the kids left it on the bench and she got access to it. So it was one of those big, long Cadbury chocolate things, the big, long cardboard ones that are shaped like a triangle, like a Toblerone, but there was infinite chocolate inside.
Oh, so Sid just had an absolute day out for herself.
And before you say you should take it to the vet, etc., the vet told us that it was milk chocolate, therefore it's not real chocolate.
Yeah, we've been in the same situation with our now deceased dog.
Oh, don't call her
God rest her soul. She got into the Tim Tams. She had about 6 Tim Tams one time, and the vet was like, "No, it's not real chocolate.
It's not real chocolate. You're fine." But Sid was not fine, and Sid proceeded to vomit all through the house, which was absolutely disgusting.
What I will say is that Sid tends to carry on just a little bit. Tends to exaggerate just a bit.
Just because you dog sat once. You dog sat Sid once at Channel 7 and now you're off her for life. That's not fair. She was a puppy.
She complained the whole time. Also, I'm bitter because my dog's dead. Like, what of it?
Poor Indiana. R.I.P.
Yeah.
And so Sid obviously, has thrown up throughout the house, and it just got me thinking about your form last week at our team wedding that we had. Of course, our beautiful camera guy Josh Morrow got married. You carried on like an absolute pork chop.
What do you mean?
You didn't gorge on chocolate. You gorged on red wine at the wedding, and then tell everyone what happened. You proceeded to go home. You got into your bedroom, and then what?
Oh, I must have eaten something bad. I must have made some bad food at the wedding because not long after getting to bed, unfortunately, the contents of my stomach re-emerged onto the bed and also at the side of the bed.
And so what happened to you that night was the exact replica of what happened to Sid, because I looked at Sid and I said, Sydney, what have you done? did you just vomit? And Sid cocked her head and looked at me to the side and was like,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
what of it?
Yeah, I did.
Why haven't you vomited, you idiot?
Yeah, wow, just like me. So did you give Sid a conversation where you said that you're not angry, you're just really disappointed?
Yeah.
And did you also have a conversation with Sid saying, what are you doing? When are you going to grow up? You're pushing 40?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Suddenly, Sid's just morphed into Cara.
That's nice,
Isn't that interesting?
Same sort of vibes. Fridays live in
Take
school.
responsibility is the message to both you and Sid.
To Sid in particular.
It's your birthday. Nova's birthday payday.
Yeah, they say it's your birthday. And was it your birthday on the 10th of the month? That's what we said just before. And Kate from Adelaide, I'm genuinely hoping you were born on the 10th.
I was.
Oh, come on, Kate.
What a relief. Okay.
Come on, Kate, we need this.
Okay, Kate, I've got the envelope in my hands. Are you ready for this?
I think we all need this.
We all need it.
Not just Kate, us as a whole group, we need this to bounce back, to have genuine belief in birthday payday. Because do the birthday payday gods even exist? That's the question I'm starting to throw.
We are starting to lose faith, and I don't like it.
Hourly, I used to pray to the birthday payday gods. Now it's sort of drifting out. It was daily, now it's sort of weekly.
Okay, Kate. And you're going to have to yell here because it's very hard to hear out at Blakeview Primary School.
Very noisy.
Were you born on the 10th of June?
No.
No!
I'm so close.
You any kids? We're all flat for you, Kate.
Kate, what month was it?
July.
Oh, gosh. That's so unfair. Oh, so close, Kate. I'm so sorry. I hope your footy team won last night, though.
Yes, go the Crows.
There we go. That's your consolation prize. Kate, thank you so much for playing. And we're going to do it all again at 9 o'clock this morning. All right. The time has come.
Let's get into a battle of the bangers.
Let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, battle of the bangers.
Two people who genuinely, as a rule, like each other. You throw us into the Battle of the Bangers ring and there's no rules.
Brutal. Absolute gloves off. No rules whatsoever. Scratching, biting, poisoning.
Hair pulling.
I tell you what, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, well, that's why you're losing half of yours. Ripped it out.
The amount of times that you've had a fistful of my hair, hence this really gradual balding spot.
With this elongated forehead. That's why. Okay, so the two songs this week, my selection, and of course the theme was Showdown, was The Final Countdown by Europe.
It's the final countdown.
The kids are bopping away.
Yep, kids
but
like
I
it.
guarantee you, hey kids, name me your top 3 songs from Europe.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. That's what I was thinking as well.
All right. Hazy controversially went with one of the Port Adelaide theme songs, which has spectacularly backfired overnight, given the loss. No one from Port Adelaide wants to be reminded of the song that they hear before every home game.
Yeah. But what I will say is,
It's a good song.
it was Crow's home game. So I did play last
It's a
night.
good song, just not in this context.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Rudimental Not Giving In versus just an absolute classic from Europe. Final Countdown.
Camera guy Josh joins us. You've noticed some anomalies in the voting this week.
Yeah, just a little bit. I was looking into the votes, and it appears that we have a vote from Abby from the newsroom and Time for Chat,
Which is her business,
and The Adventures of Tank and Tori.
which are her sausage dogs.
So I've made the decision to remove those votes entirely.
Yes! Yes. Which means what?
Which means let's go to a drum roll. It's still hazy.
I didn't know which way you were going to go there. Oh, that is amazing.
Why am I such a loser?
Must have been close. But big shout out to Abby in the newsroom just for trying to do the right thing, and that is select the best song.
Excuse me, sweetie. I don't have any. Tank and Tori, that's their own page. They control that. So Tank would have been scrolling this morning listening and he would have voted.
Tank has got a Europe poster on the side of his kennel, so I don't understand how this is all rolling.
I'm going to the tribunal. This is bull.
Wow.
Mate, he still won. What are you complaining about?
Very interesting.
He's gone with a Port Adelaide song after they lost, and I still lose. I cannot win this competition.
As I said
can't
to you,
believe-
stop picking bad songs.
Yeah, that's true. That's the main point for me as well, Joe.
Yeah, she did say that to me. Stop picking bad songs amongst a few expletives describing my personality.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I didn't like it.
Well, I think that takes us to 11.5 now. Jeez, Jones, you got a lot of work to do. I say 11.5, I mean 10.5. That'll do.
Settle down.
Also, the difference in terms of votes, I think it was really close. I think it might have been like one vote. And would you believe the final vote came from an account called Connor Rosie's Hamstring. Connor Rosie's Hamstring was the difference.
Not last night, it wasn't.
No, let's not go there. The winning song for Battle of the Bangers this week is Rudimental, Not Giving In. Yeah!